gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas.
Well, 2 weeks into the Class 6A Division I playoffs, and the Arlington Martin Warriors are now 2-0 against West Texas. The latest casualty, the ODESSA Permian Panthers, as Mojo experienced firsthand what that Arlington Martin speed is all about as the Warriors race past Mojo tonight, 71-28. Well, good evening and welcome to the historic Ratliff Stadium here in Odessa, Texas. I'm Manny Diaz. Arlington Martin, you can't teach speed, and that's something that they truly have on both sides of the football. Coming up, we're going to hear from the old ball coach, Bob Wager, in what separated his team from the Panthers tonight. Plus, do the Warriors have a chance to pull off the upset of the season? You want to stick around for that. Hear my 2 cents on that. But first things first, how about those Twisted Root highlights? To the place where Billy Bob Thornton once asked some kids in Mojo Unis, can you be perfect? The senior QB1 Easton Hernandez and the Permian Panthers playing in their 8th home game of the season, hosting Ernest Cooper IV and the Arlington Martin Warriors. First quarter, Martin already up 7-0. They give it to Dwayne Williams, who's going places for a huge gain, taking it inside the Permian 5-yard line. Later in the drive, Martin knocking on the door, hand off to Jaden Miles, who takes it in for the 7-yard touchdown to make it 14-0 Kids from North Texas. Ensuing Martin drive, check out this Warrior defense. Reads Hernandez like a book. Maurice Blackwell coming in hot, pushing Mojo back. Same score, 20 ticks left in the opening frame. Mojo facing 3rd and 8. Hernandez can't connect with this guy, perhaps setting up a punt. Perhaps was the key word. Permian lining up to punt, but are they? Carson Roberts to Chase Stell for the first down. Mojo in business. Ensuing Permian drive, they give it to Deshavion Williams, who looks like he might throw it, but instead decides to pull it down, and watch how number 2 launches himself for a few extra yards. Few plays later, Hernandez and the Panthers on the doorstep here. 2-5 carries the mail himself for the 4-yard touchdown to make it a 1-possession game, 14-7 Martin. Next Arlington drive, the Warriors in Mojo territory, but watch as the snap sails over the head of Zach Mandel for a huge loss on the play. Meanwhile, if you thought that would let the air out of the Warriors offense, think again. On 2nd and 25, Mandel, how he fit this into the hands of Ryan Wallace is something else. Good for the 25-yard pitch and catch to make it 21-7 Martin. But back comes Mojo. Hernandez reads the defense and pitches it out to Deshavion Williams, who scoots for a Permian first down. Few plays later, Hernandez going to the air and likely singing that old George Strait tune, I'd like to have that one back. Dejungu Sungu Plaside there for the pick. This Permian offense just cannot catch a break. But the Mojo defense coming right back, and on 3rd down, making life not so easy for Zach Mundell as the QB1 has to throw it away. Martin forced a punt. But on the ensuing Permian drive on 3rd and 2, Malachi Medlock meet Ernest Cooper IV. No gain on the play. Permian also settling for the punt. Martin with the rock now, and they give it to Jaden Miles, who knows what to do with it for the 14-yard touchdown with under 2 minutes to go in the half. Martin will take a 28-7 lead into the break and really didn't care to look back from there as the Warriors out Mojo 71-28. The 71 points were the most Permian has ever allowed in a game in program history. On the stat sheet, both teams pretty much equal. Martin's 438 yards to Mojo's 420, but it was the Warriors' consecutive scoring drives in the 3rd quarter that sealed the win. After the game, Martin's old ball coach Bob Wager talked about a play that separated his team in this one, why he was in awe, and the matchup ahead for the Warriors. I think it was a separating point for you guys in that first half, Mundell to Wallace. Talk about that play and what you guys saw and what that meant to you guys.
Well, it was critical because you find yourself in a long down and distance situation. We're on the fringe. Can we kick a field goal? Can we not kick a field goal? Are we in or out of our range? And to be able to come away and convert that long yardage situation, turn it into points, a big separating factor at that point in the game right there. And a captain who caught the ball, so excited for him. it's the most storied and recognizable football program in the country. I mean, we have so much respect for the tradition. We got so much respect for this team that was out here on the field tonight. The truth of the matter is, you know, when you come here and have an opportunity to see how this community supports its kids, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I really wanted to run over to the opposite sideline and thank them. It's impressive, and you know, I'm in awe being in this stadium tonight, and we're thankful to get a win.
The likely matchup next week is Duncanville. Man, they are a big group, very athletic group. What do you know about them, and how big is that matchup going to be?
Well, every matchup's big. I know absolutely nothing about you know, the next round opponent. We did scrimmage Duncanville, so we have some familiarity with them. And you know, when you get to the round of 32, like we were tonight, the round of 16, everybody can play. And so you know, we'll just try to keep getting better every single day, and we're thankful to have an opportunity to continue.
It's time for a community medical center play of the game. Sometimes you just got to shoot your shot. And on 2nd and 25 in the second quarter, watch how Zach Mundell put it in a spot where only Ryan Wallace could make the grab. After the play, both saying, all him. No, all him. The touchdown pitch and catch is good for this week's Community Medical Center play of the game. First and foremost, hats off to the Permian Panthers. Following an 0-3 start, Mojo reeled off 8 straight wins and a share of a district title before running into a very talented Arlington Martin team. As for the squad that bounced 2 West Texas teams in 2 straight weeks, the question moving forward is, can they pull off the upset of the year in handing #1 Duncanville its first loss of the season? In most cases, I might argue it's a matchup against the best team in Texas. Are you kidding me? But there's something about this Arlington Martin team that not only has the ability to stay with the Panthers, but put them on upset alert. For starters, these teams met in the preseason in a scrimmage in which ended in a 6-3 finish in favor of Duncanville. Sure, it may have been in the preseason, but like then and now, Martin QB1 Zach Mundell has made teams pay with his quick scrambling and ability to find his wideouts in tight spots. On the other side of the ball is a Martin defense who makes movement against them very difficult, especially with the defensive line led by its sophomore defensive end Ernest Cooper IV, who's already seen offers from Texas and Colorado. As for the rest of this defense, prior to giving up 28 to Permian, teams were averaging 10 points per game against this Warrior defense. No doubt Duncanville QB1 Jaquindon Jackson will bring it, but I like Arlington Martin's team speed to play a major role, especially from the Martin defensive line. It's always easy to side with the favorite, but if there's a possibility for a Texas-sized upset in this upcoming 3rd round, look for Arlington Martin to come in like a Clubber Lang, hungry and with something to prove. Well, as a true fan of Texas high school football, tonight was somewhat of a special night as I got to put a check mark on the old bucket list in being part of a Permian Panther football game here at the historic Ratliff Stadium. And I tell you what, this fan base, unbelievable. They eat, breathe, and just live Mojo football, which was most definitely on display in tonight's W&W AFCO Steel Sounds of the Game. All right, for the San Angelo Live and Cover One crew, I'm Manny Diaz. Good night. God bless. We'll see you in the regional quarterfinal round.
Let's go!